Oh, KGB here. Hope you guys are having a great long weekend and spending time with the family, all that kind of stuff. So, just a quick weekend update. Kind of just to go over a compressed version, I guess, of the stream that we did yesterday. And yeah, just give people my thoughts on the market overall and where we are. Obviously, this is GME 4-day chart. We've been following this for a very long time. This is the AMC fractal of 2020 and into May. This is where I believe we are in the box right here. And as you can see here, we have what we call a boot pattern that is playing out pretty much perfectly on here. This green fractal that you see here from previous videos, you might know already, is what's in here, just spread out. So obviously a delay has happened. You can see this, it fits perfectly. And I believe we are waiting right in here. Now, what do we have to support this? We have indicator SHMEO working its way up. But more importantly, we have a convergence on the MACD on the 4-day chart. And as you can see here, we are turning up on the 4-day. And I've been watching the 4-day for a while, and I watch it mainly because I focus on a 4-hour chart in general. I believe that they've slowed things down substantially, and as opposed to looking at a 1-hour chart or a 1-day chart, we've actually slowed down enough that we can look at a 4-hour chart and a 4-day chart. It's kind of my reasoning behind that. Also with RSI, we are making the boot, and as we know, after you get this head and shoulder pattern coming out of the boot, we do tend to go up as well. And so really focusing on the MACD, we are making higher lows throughout this and hitting a convergence point where we should start to see GME break out of this. We do have earnings coming up, of course. And so my thoughts on this have not changed. Going to a ribbon or a moving average convergence here, we are just sitting on the 200. We are golden crossing on the 4-hour and bouncing off this 4-day 200-day moving average. So volume is super low. Bollinger Bands are super tight on the lower time frames, and of course the femur, we are, every time we get just below this signal line, we do bounce out of this. So really looking forward to the next week, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to support this little thesis here. We're going to start with overall market, IWM, and where we are with this. I do look at this on a 1-hour time frame. I will get rid of actually all of this here for a second. And we've been following this, I don't even know how long, to a T. So this is where we are in here. I believe that we will see some upside. We are right here. I believe upside is coming on IWM and the overall market very, very shortly. And SPY as well to support this. We are coming out of this double bottom and sitting right here. Now, this is not as high as I would have liked it to be. I would like to see a much higher right side here, but we'll take it. So especially on XLK was supposed to be much higher, but SPY is the most important, and we could just be seeing some extra sell-off in here with the volume and weakness that we saw on Friday. So getting into DJT. So also to support this, I'm going to show you DJT and why I think that we are going to be following this. If you remember my thesis that I did a while ago, not thesis, but theory, a long time ago, you would have seen this pattern where I think the algorithm basically they set this on a smaller time frame, and they fulfilled this whole fractal right here. And then I just took the same thing, made it bigger, and changed the color to blue, and we're sitting right in here. As you can see here, this portion, I should probably have it on a 2-day. I think I had it on a 2-day, but you know what, I'll keep it here. So I could go through this with a, a fine-tooth comb, but you get the gist of it, right? This is in here all the way through. It follows fairly well all the way through, especially when you see this right here. Look at right here. See this one candle wick up? That is this portion right here. This is right where they diluted or did raised money at 1.6 billion, I think it was. This all matches perfectly. So I believe we're sitting right here on DJT. We're going to break out of this wedge. We're going to come up and retest, and then we're going to see some upside into the 40s, and we're going to break out of the bigger wedge, come back, consolidate for a while. Now with volume, this should go much faster. I am not expecting this to run into June next year. I expect, as usual, with extra volume, this will go faster. So that's my expectations on DJT. You can look on a 4-hour chart, and you can see the same convergence that you see on GME. I should probably have this on a 1-day or something. I probably switch this around, but you can see the divergence. That's why we have the arrow there. A bit of a divergence indicating upside. So excited about the week to come with DJT as well. What else are we looking at? Siri. Expecting big things out of Siri. I will show you, as you know from previous. Oh, I'll look at Open because everyone's all over Open right now. Still following. We had a little bit of weakness, but I do believe we are right here. Right where this fractal comes up and does this little hook right here. That's where I think we are on Open. And you can even see it in here. You get this W pattern. And we've been following Open since 56. So this thing has followed very well. No complaints on Open. So this is my expectations on Open. And I think it was CETA actually had a, or was it Grip? Grip had a great day on Thursday, Friday. Also following this pattern, which is what we've been following for a long time in here, but also same pattern is PSNY. So PSNY is also, as you know, we've been talking about this one for probably 6 months at least. Same pattern here. You can see it. So I expect downside on PSNY, hitting my alarm and following this thing perfectly. So I'm excited about PSNY as well. I expect a dip just to above $1. We'll see what the reasoning is behind a dip like this, but I can tell you it's almost perfect. Almost perfect. Right to the 2 bars here and the lower low on the right hand side. So we'll see if this continues to play out, but watching very closely for the big run here. Space as well has been doing very well, expecting big things out of this as well. A little longer in this kind of cup portion of the cup and handle, but as you can see here, we are sitting in here. So we have been delayed a little bit as per usual. Things are just taking a little longer than expected. And crypto out like TRNR. Here's another one, TRNR. So this one I'm expecting big things as well. I'll put it right here so you can see it on the 1-hour chart. We've been waiting for this one for a long time too. Riot is also looking pretty good. GER is actually looking pretty good. I'm calling this a fleur-de-lis pattern because it kind of looks like a fleur-de-lis. If you're Canadian, you might recognize it or not. But this is where I believe we are on GR. So I think we're going to see this breakout. Now, funny enough, this is actually on a bigger. This is the micro. Funny enough, this is the macro. Same pattern. All right, I could probably squeeze that. I probably had it on a 1 day or 4 hour or something. But and what's happening here is instead of here where you can, it's pretty obvious. Instead of doing this here and then pumping here, what we've actually done is repeated this portion. We just repeated the whole pattern. So instead of them running it up, what they've done is they've repeated this on a micro in order to delay a little bit. So I think we break out of the wedge, come back down, retest, just like DJT. Breakout, retest, boom. And expecting big things there as well. So yeah, you know, I could go over everything. But for the most part, UAVS is a banger too. UAVS is going to continue to bang, man. It's going to continue to go. I will go over AMC actually too. So, but this is my expectations on UAVS. This is actually following very well. And we are right in here. Right in here. Looking for that breakout. We already got the breakout, sorry. We already got the retest, and we're just going sideways, consolidating into what I think is going to be a bigger move soon. So that is looking beautiful as well. HYMC from previous videos, you know this one is going as well right now, so it's much slower than expected, just like everything else. But HYMC should go as well. With JNUG and the smaller junior mining companies moving, I expect big things coming out of this pretty soon too. I'm going to go over Nvidia. So a lot of people, you know, from what I'm seeing in Discord, people post other people's stuff in there, and a lot of people are calling for downside, which I find interesting. I don't disagree, I guess, but well, yeah, I do disagree, but I think we're going to see big upside personally. I don't know. I could be wrong, obviously, but I don't think so. I think we are following this fractal. I think we could see possibly a little more of a dip before we go up, but with the market moving up and everything else looking good, GME, everything else, I think Nvidia is going to have a pretty big pump relating to something that looks like this. So first leg, I'd almost say 195-ish. You know, we'll see if I end up being right on this one or not, but I see big things coming for the next, you know, 6 months in the market. So Nvidia makes sense to go up. In fact, I actually suspect that the, you know, U.S. government is taking personal interest or investments in different companies like INTC. I think they're going to get a piece of Nvidia. That's I think, and that's going to pump this thing. And to match that, I think we've been watching our GTI as well. I will get into crypto maybe quickly here first. I do think crypto is still going to go, delayed or not. It is still going to go. This is my ETH. You know, I've adjusted this a few times. Not going to lie, it's been a bit of a you know, moving goalposts bit of a thing, but as you can see here, it is, you know, I am finally, I think getting a grip on it. I do have a Bitcoin theory that I shared on the Discord and in my stream. You can watch that if you really want, regarding BlackRock. You know, the enemy of my enemy is my friend type of a thing. I can give you a brief rundown on why I think Bitcoin is selling off. It has to do with, you know, I'll just touch on it, but you know, I think Bitcoin pumps here. We're starting to see it already on the 1 hour here. But what I think is going on personally is the only people that can take on Citadel, Bank of America, you know, Swiss banks, all that kind of stuff, you know, Virtue, all these guys that have been shorting this market for years. I think the only player that can take that on is BlackRock. And all this dilution and buying Bitcoin, you know, from MSTR, GME, RUM, Hollow, you name it, GNS. You know, you can name 20 companies that have been diluting and offering bonds and stuff like that, and then buying Bitcoin as an apparent hedge. I actually personally think it's a transfer of you know, of money to BlackRock. And think of it like a Robin Hood type scenario where you know, you want to hire, you know, a mercenary. The only people that can take these guys on personally is BlackRock, you know, Vanguard, Susquehanna type thing. So when BlackRock opened up their ETF a while ago and bought low, and then you see all these companies coming in buying Bitcoin, which they have for a while. I'm not saying it's just because of that, but and now you see BlackRock selling off. I think it's a bit of a you know, a war chest for BlackRock to take these guys on a little bit. And Trump did meet with Larry Fink after being inaugurated, and also with Brad Garlinghouse of XRP. I think a stable coin through XRP is coming, so, or through Ripple. So many different signs. That's a very, very, you know, condensed version of a theory of mine. And it is just a theory, but that's one of, you know, many. So Ethereum, Bitcoin, all I think ready to go. Doge, we are starting to see the signs. We got Loopring going, and this is just a perfect example, I think, of algorithms speeding up with volume. As you can see, we're getting this massive volume in here. Algorithm speeding up, and I could literally take this right here, 15-minute chart. I could probably, I haven't done this yet, so if it doesn't work, then I probably look pretty stupid, but that's okay. I think we are right in here. Right in here. On Loopring. So it has a little bit, you know, I also said look for broadening wedges. I've been calling broadening wedges forever. Look for broadening wedges because that's your sign that things are going to move. So anyway, that is that. I will get to RGTI in a second here. I do think RGTI is going to pump as well. We've been looking at this for a little bit. This will probably take a little bit of an explanation, but long story short, I think we had a little bit downside on Friday, but it will continue on with this fractal, and expecting big things out of RGTI as well as QUBT. The Qs I've been waiting for a long time, and I don't want to. I keep talking about them because I don't think I'm wrong on them. They're just getting delayed. So anyway, I'll leave it at that for now. But I do expect big things out of these companies as well. We've had great success with SEDG, Run, you know, you name it. We've had Unity is following very well. We've had great plays with these. You know, I'm not personally playing them very well, but we're having good success. You know, with people in the stream and stuff are having great success. Iron also beautiful. This thing has run very well, and we've had ASTS as well running. SoFi I think is going to run. Oklo, Lemonade I think is going to be a beauty very shortly. We're going to get a couple legs up here, and overall just market in general it should be pumping. Alts, sorry, it was ALTS. ALTS should be continuing here as well. And so I thought I'd just leave you guys with that, with a bit of an update. Tesla bullish, Root bullish. I you know, as usual, I could do this all day long, but yeah, I hope you guys you know, are positioning yourselves properly. You know, I'm gonna go over a possible, like, if, you know, on the bearish end of it. So it's kind of a caveat. It's kind of the thing. I do recommend hedging just in case we see something happen with GameStop and it triggers some sort of a sell-off in the market. Here's UVXY. So we are watching this very closely, mainly because one, of the fractal, two, it was brought to my attention in the stream, and three, we are getting a divergence on the 1 hour chart, as well as I believe the 4 hour, if I remember correctly. We got a 4 hour cross here with some consolidation here, but the consolidation on the MACD is not matching the price action. So I do think there's always a possibility of some sort of a black swan event that could trigger. We did break the 9 too, guys. So we are sitting above the 9-day moving average here. full body, full candle close above, which doesn't always bode well, man. So got the cross, we got the cross here, we got the cross on the RSI, we got the cross on the MACD, and we got it's my 3-prong approach. So I got to pay attention to it. So warning has been issued on UVXY. As bullish as I am, which I am bullish, it is possible that we do see volatility while the market goes up. I mean, it's happened before. So we could see, like QQQ has been pretty weak in comparison. Maybe we see some sort of a sell-off on the Mag 7, not including Nvidia, maybe, to balance the market out, but still get volatility. This is making a boot, just like GME on the QQQ. So we have seen a little more weakness on the Qs than we have been on IWM and SPY, which raises a little bit of alarm bells as well. So IWM cross on the 1 hour, though, looks beautiful, guys. So I'll leave you with that. I appreciate everyone watching and supporting in the streams every day. So not financial advice. These are just crayon drawings that my kids drew. Now you know what I think I know, and have a great weekend.